Hey, good morning. Thank the Lord for your prayers. I did go to bed feeling kind of puny on Thursday night, and I did wake up with a little scratchy voice yesterday morning. It may be scratchy this morning, but I didn't have any fever yesterday and felt good, and did get a short nap, but I piddled most of the day. And so anyway, I think I'm feeling fine. I've got a lot of plants to water this morning, and hoist a couple of new flags over at the church property, and then I may take my old car over to Cars and Coffee at another church in Jamestown. So that's the plan, and then probably come back and get a nap. But I hope that you're well today. We're reading 2 chapters today, and it's very, very exciting because today, if you're reading on schedule with us, you're finishing your 5th book of the Bible. We didn't read the first 5 together because Job comes in right in the middle of Genesis. But Genesis, Job, Exodus, Leviticus, and Numbers chapter 36 is finished today. And then into our next book, our 6th book, the book of Deuteronomy. And the last chapter of Numbers deals with the daughters of Zelophehad. And Pastor Brandon preached a great message on the daughters of Zelophehad last week. But today, Numbers 36 kind of wraps that up and sums that up, that there were complaints from other Israelites that if they were to marry into other tribes, they would receive a double inheritance. And so Moses said, nope, they can't get a double inheritance. They can only marry within the tribes of Joseph to maintain what they've inherited in their father's name. And then we come into the book of Deuteronomy, and the first half of that chapter is just filled with hope, promise, and anticipation. It was so exciting to read that. And then Deuteronomy is actually a collection of sermons that Moses preached. And so one of the first things he does is remind the Israelites of their failure in the wilderness at Kadesh Barnea to enter the promised land. And so he just calls them to task and says, hey, we've been here before, and your fathers failed. And so now it's up to you to not fail and to exercise faith and to possess the land that God has already promised to give you. And he rehearses how that Israel failed. They lost their inheritance. They decided to attempt it in human power. And God said, no, I'm not with you. You're not going to inherit it because of your lack of faith and your sin. And so all that was taken away. But all of that is in Deuteronomy chapter 1, a fairly lengthy text to read in Deuteronomy 1. You contrast that, excuse me, with a very, very short chapter in Numbers chapter 36. And just to give you a chronological idea, I might be able to say this on June the 30th, which is just coming up in another 10 days. But we're 6 months into this 3-year Bible campaign. And so we're about halfway through human history, about 1400 BC, and if you trace the genealogies from the creation of Adam to today, we're about halfway through human history, roughly 3,500 years ago, and 3,500 years ago. And so that's where we are chronologically. A lot of Bible left in front of us, but good night. We've covered half of recorded human history, and we are well on our way on our Bible journey. So thank you for hanging in there with us. Thank you for watching these daily videos. I know many of you share them, and I'm glad that you do. Looking forward to the Lord's Day tomorrow, and the message that God has given me from his word on Egypt, the wilderness, and Canaan, and what that means to us as believers. Preaching a message actually with a text in 1 John chapter 2. I was anxious to throw in something from the New Testament. So we'll take 1 John 2 and refer it to our text in the Pentateuch. But I hope you have a great Saturday for his glory. The Carolina Hurricanes are celebrating a championship, and so congratulations to them. Not a huge hockey follower, but it's still interesting to have a championship here in our home state. And I hope you have a great Saturday for his glory. Take care, and God bless you.